thank a vet, and we're going to do that right now. Anybody here who has served in uniform in the past or presently serving, I'd ask that you stand up, you wave your hand. We want to salute you, we honor you, and we thank you. The United States military. Thank you, guys. God bless you. Really good to be here with Glenn Beck. He is the best. He's the best. And with John Rich and Gretchen Wilson later on, I've been a big fan of both of theirs. Ever since I first heard a couple of their songs, Gretchen's Redneck Woman. Yeah. Here's to all my sisters who've been keeping it country. You bet. And John Rich, and big fan of Big and Rich over all these years. His song, Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. He sings it. He sings it. You know, when spirits got a little low in the political machine, in the presidential race on that 08 campaign trail, and we're working as hard as we can and you know, going cross country, campaigning, and some of the spirits got a little bit low in that political machine, and I called back to headquarters and I said, look, we're working as hard as we can out here. We want to have a little bit of fun too, though. Can you send anybody our way who can kind of liven up the party? And lo and behold, a couple days later, here comes Gretchen Wilson on the campaign trail with us. And she energized that a couple days later as she came on board one Sunday morning. We're on the campaign plane, and everybody's snoozing. It's early one morning, and I look up, and the flight attendant, she's rolling the cart down the aisle. It's full of food and drink, and I'm looking down the aisle and going, who is awake at this hour on this plane? And I look back there, and it's Gretchen and her band. And they're having a tailgate party at 40,000 feet, because somewhere below us is a football game being played. Gretchen and her band livening up the place. I owe her a lot. She really recharged our batteries for the home stretch. And we were really lucky. There, Gretchen helping out on the trail, and John Rich having kicked it all off at the GOP convention. I've always been a big fan. We road tripped to Big and Rich and John Rich's CDs, and I think my favorite song of his, I don't know why I can relate to this song. I think Glenn Beck can too. My favorite song of John Rich is, you got to buy the CD because I haven't heard radio play it yet, not even at KFAQ, your local guys who are a hoot, but haven't heard this yet on the radio, but it's called Why Does Everybody Want to Kick My Beep? Somehow I can relate to that song that he sings. Oh, and congratulations to John and Joan on the birth of their firstborn 8 weeks ago, their new baby boy. We're so happy for him. And they one-up Todd and me. They thought of the coolest name for a kid, a more unique name than Todd and I could even think of. The name's Cash. Cash Rich. Can you imagine that 20 years from now, the pickup line that young man is going to have? The name's Cash. Cash Rich. And I know that you are here today because you too, with our country, you're just trying to keep it free. And it is time to take our country back. And I thank you and honor you for being here today to do this. Traveling across this great country, I know because I see it and I hear from all these good, patriotic, hardworking Americans that, yeah, there are more and more just like you and me. Good Americans who are ready to take our country back. Patriots who aren't going to sit down and shut up. All of us just trying to keep it free. Yep, we're standing up and we're speaking out because out here in the cities, in the towns of this great nation, the greatest nation on earth, we know that we've got some big problems to solve. We know that there are challenges out there. And that's okay, because here in the Sooner State, you're not afraid of a little hard work.